हेलो
मैडम एक मिनट
हेलो चेक
वापस बोलना नहीं बोलो बोलो
हेलो 1 2 3 चेक
हाँ थोड़ा 15 सेकंड डिले आएगा थोड़ा 10-15 सेकंड तो डिले आएगा परफेक्ट वो घर आवाज़ तो थोड़ा कम हो सकता है पर वो अभी सिस्टम का अपना ही है
थोड़ा डिस्टर्बेंस तो आ ही रहा है डिस्टर्बेंस शूट हो जाएंगे साहिल भाई सर माइक लेके बोलना है ठीक हो पाएगा ना
हेलो हेलो चेक 1 2 3 चेक
जब तक आवाज़ लोगों का
हेलो
बात करने रहे
चेक 1 2 3 चेक
बात करने का नाम क्लियर आएगा वो ऐसा हमिंग तो उसमें तो आएगा ही ओके ठीक है माइक है
अच्छा जाऊंगा ना पहले झुमूर ले क्या हो गया क्या करना है ये चालू कैसे बंद करना है ना ये दबायचं ना समजा इंटरेस्ट काही झाला
हेलो हाउ आर यू हर्षद नहीं मेरा आवाज़ नहीं
आवाज आ रहा है ना
मेरा आवाज़ नहीं है वहाँ पे बट मेरा नहीं वॉइस आ रहा है
हेलो 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 हेलो
हेलो आ रहा है डिले रहेगा वो तो रहेगा ऑब्वियसली आ रहा है लेकिन
Guys, settle down guys, settle down. As you realize, we are recording this live, so I would really request you to please be quiet. As we have seen, you guys can be quite chatty. This we're going to record this, it is going live, so please be quiet while the play is going on. We need the sound to be quite perfect out here. Video obviously will be, right? So please settle down. Ahmed, आपके लिए भी. Settle down, settle down.
चल हम लोग वहाँ पे आम्ही तिथे जाऊ ना आधी की इथेच बसूया हां पण आधी बघ की माईक मध्ये नीट दिसतंय साक्षी पुढेच बसली साक्षी पुढेच बसली यार मला हसायला येईल
It's okay. Sit down. Sit down, son. No problem. You want to sit? You sit.
वाकडा ठेवलाय
You'll walk here and come in between. And
बाजूने का ना आणि अच्छा हां माईक
Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry.
हेलो हेलो हेलो
आपका माईक आपको इनको देना पडेगा ना ते व्हिडिओमध्ये जाणार आवाज इथे नाही
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay. Okay. So today we are going to cover something which is very serious, something which is not just a policy or a legal requirement for us, but something which is a core part of who we are as an organization, who shapes us up as an organization. So let's talk about safety, dignity, and respect at workplace. We are going to cover a gist of POSH policy and framework, prevention of sexual harassment, which is covered under Act 2013. Beyond the legal, while the legalities of the policy will be covered in our annual training framework, which is Rainmaker, today we are going to cover something beyond the manual, something which manual doesn't cover, or maybe let's say something which we see on a practical basis, on a daily life-to-life basis. So beyond the legal definition, we're going to cover gray areas. By gray areas, I mean those everyday behaviors which are unsuspected or seemingly harmless, but could be considered inappropriate. Okay, so let's understand what is sexual harassment. Let's take a moment to understand that. We all know by the definition it means unwelcome behavior of sexual nature. But what does it include? Can anyone here tell me what does sexual harassment includes, or what does it mean? Not asking the definition again, but some examples which you all think which constitutes or which includes in, as a sexual harassment. Anyone here? It's okay to randomly guess or... Okay, true. Anyone else? Perfect. So yes, these are some of the examples. Inappropriate comments or inside jokes where someone feels very uncomfortable. Wrong messages or unwanted messages which will blur the line between professional and personal. And non-verbal cues, right? Like gestures or constant staring. All this will include under sexual harassment. Now, your intent does not matter. You will say that, मैंने तो ऐसे ही बोला था, casually बोला था. Intent does not matter. You may be too friendly, too casual, but impact matters. How other person takes it matters the most in sexual harassment. So often it is assumed that sexual harassment only happens when something extreme happens. No, Those behaviors which one person feel is very casual, but the other person feels very uncomfortable, that's when sexual harassment happens. Let's understand types of sexual harassment. One is quid pro quo. This is basically when someone in position of power is asking for favors in exchange of career benefits. Second is hostile working environment. When some kind of behaviors which you feel very uncomfortable and are repeated every day, causing intimidation or harm in some or the other way. These two are very serious and unacceptable. Now let's understand IC committee. Every organization will have an internal committee. And this committee is not just a formal body, and it's not just to name it as a POSH committee in the organization. No, whenever you feel uncomfortable, you have some issues or concerns to raise, you can reach out to this committee. Here you do not have to reach out to HR, but you have to reach out to this committee. It is a safe and a confidential platform given to all employees to raise such concerns. This committee will listen without judgment, will ensure confidentiality, and will suggest appropriate actions for the future. There are some risks. So let's understand that creating a safe workplace in the organization is not only my responsibility, your responsibility, let's say HR or IC. It is everyone's responsibility to create a safe environment. Employees का क्या responsibility है? You need to be mindful of your actions, your words, your behavior on day-to-day basis. You cannot be too friendly, too casual with someone who feels uncomfortable with you. That is one. Managers also play a very critical role in setting the tone. Managers need to act promptly and also ensure that if there is a concern raised, they cannot just let it go. And now let's talk about bystanders. Bystanders are those who see that something wrong is happening but keeps calm. So in such scenarios, bystanders also play a critical role. They do not have to, even smallest of the thing like checking on with a colleague, or they need to raise that. So these are the responsibilities. To close or to wrap up the session, I would just like to say that we are now moving into a practical part. We're transitioning to a practical part where we are showcasing a series of role plays which will show or which will highlight the gray areas that I was talking about. I'll hand it over to Sahil for.
Good evening, everyone. Today's session is about POSH. POSH is not only about serious or obvious harassment. Sometimes small comments, jokes, messages, or actions that look normal to one person can make someone other very uncomfortable. In many situations, people do not even realize that they are crossing a line. That is why awareness is important. Today we are going to do some role plays. We will look at simple day-to-day office situations. The purpose is not to judge anyone. The purpose is to understand boundaries, respect, and professional behavior. Remember one important thing throughout these acts. Under POSH, intent is not the main issue. Impact on other person matters. So let's begin. We are going to present our Act 1, which is regarding personal life questions. We always think that we are just asking, but how these personal life questions can create discomfort, you will see through this scene. We are going to show scene 1, where a female employee is working at her desk and a male employee walks, and let's see how this conversation proceeds.
Good morning, Deepali.
Good morning.
Yeah, you're working so seriously.
Yeah, I always try to finish my work on time.
Okay. Can I ask you something?
Yes, what is it?
Are you single?
I don't think that is appropriate for the workplace.
Relax. I was just casually asking.
I understand, but I always prefer to keep my personal life as a private.
Okay. Sure.
This is how many situations begin. A casual question, a normal conversation. But questions about someone's Relationship status or personal life can feel uncomfortable in a workplace. Many people continue because they think I didn't mean anything wrong. But under POSH, what matters is not only intention, it is also how other person feels. When someone looks very uncomfortable or says they do not want to discuss, the conversation should immediately stop. We'll see another scene where we are gonna try to enact this same personal life questions and how these personal life questions can create discomfort. So let's try to understand with another scene, which is employees having some conversation during a normal lunch break. So let's see this.
बाय द वे दीपाली तेरा वीकेंड कैसा था?
अच्छा था यार.
अच्छा. So can I ask you something?
Yes.
What did you do on your weekend?
Nothing.
Like went on date or something?
Nothing like that यार. I just rested.
चल come on यार बता ना. There has to be someone special, right?
See, I already mentioned that I'm not comfortable to discussing my personal life at a workplace. So please.
Relax. I was just trying to have normal conversation.
It may feel normal to you, but it makes me very uncomfortable.
As a manager, I must advise you. The conversation should be professional. If someone says they're uncomfortable, the discussion should stop there. That's why awareness is important. Intent does not matter, impact does.
Under POSH, repeated personal questions can create an uncomfortable work environment. This includes repeated questions about dating life, relationship status, marriage plans, kids, personal family matters. Sometimes people think they are only being friendly, but friendliness should never ignore someone's boundary. Professional respect means understanding when to stop. Now we'll move to our Act 2, where we are going to see how comments on physical appearance can come under POSH and can create discomfort to someone. We always think it was just a compliment, but under POSH, it can create discomfort. So we are going to show you Act 2, and in this scene 1, where conversation between employees and how comments on physical appearance can create discomfort. So here is a female employee who walks into office and see how the conversation unfolds.
Hi.
Hi.
कैसी है तू?
मैं ठीक हूँ. तू बता तू कैसा है?
Yeah. You're looking different today. Like, did you put on some weight?
Why are you asking this type of question to me? I'd rather not discuss that.
No, relax. Don't take it negatively. I'm just saying you look healthier.
See, I understand, but comments about my body, it makes me very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Many people think comments about weight or body are harmless. Sometimes they are even said as compliments. But comments about someone's body, skin tone, weight, height, or appearance are very personal. At work, people should feel confident about their skills and work and not conscious about their appearance. Under POSH awareness, it is important to understand that even positive comments can feel uncomfortable when they are personal and repeated. Let's try to see this same concept with another scene. This is some employees are having a common conversation at a cafeteria, and let's see how this conversation can create discomfort.
अरे यार ये मॉर्निंग से बैक टू बैक मीट्स चल रहे हैं ना?
हाँ ना यार. I think I have one more meeting right now. I might need coffee. चल कॉफी पीते हैं क्या? चल फिर.
By the way, you look very excellent today.
Like
Are you trying to impress someone?
nothing like that यार. Why are you asking me this type of questions?
No. I was just casually asking you that. You look good. I was appreciating your look.
I understand, but I already mentioned that I'm not comfortable about like my clothes, about my body. It makes me very uncomfortable.
Okay, sure.
Workplace conversations should remain professional. Please be mindful of personal comments.
Okay, I understand.
Under POSH, repeated comments about appearance, clothing, body or looks can create discomfort. What sounds friendly or complimentary to one person may feel intrusive or judgmental to other. There is also a right and wrong way to discuss workplace concerns. If ever there is a dress code issue, it should be discussed privately, respectfully, and without embarrassing anyone publicly. Professionalism means respecting dignity, boundaries, and comfort levels. And it is important to remember very clearly, POSH awareness is not only about men and women. Anyone can make another colleague feel uncomfortable through comments, jokes, or behavior. Making someone's body, weight, skin tone, or appearance even casually affects confidence and creates discomfort. Passing away offensive jokes and foul language also can create discomfort among employees. Now with this next act, we are going to try to display how offensive jokes and using foul language can create discomfort. So let's see our next act, which we have titled as I Was Just Joking. And in this scene, there are two employees who are just having a normal workday gossip. Let's see how this gossip unfolds.
Did you see the jokes which I shared in WhatsApp group yesterday?
On which group?
Yeah, this one, unofficial.
No, I usually mute that group.
Why yaar? You missed it then. There are a lot of stuffs going on there about the boss and secretary.
See, I don't have interest. This kinds of jokes, it makes me very uncomfortable.
Come on, it was just a joke. Like, people are too sensitive nowadays.
See, it's maybe funny for you, but I'm not comfortable with the sexual jokes at the workplace, so please.
Okay. Did you see that? Many people think jokes are harmless and everyone laughs. But offensive jokes, double meaning conversations, or sexual humor can create discomfort at workplace. At workplace, people should feel professional and safe. Even if one person feels uncomfortable, the conversation should immediately stop. Under POSH saying, I was just joking, is not an excuse. Let's try to understand this more deeply with another scene where these employees are having a normal work discussion and how offensive jokes are being used here.
हो गया तेरा प्रेजेंटेशन? अच्छा, मुझे ना तुझे कुछ तो बताना था.
बोलना क्या?
Like I wanted to say that don't sit near him too much, Ramesh. Don't sit near him too much because then soon people will start make stories about you.
What do you mean, yaar? Why are you making stories and all?
No, I'm not making any stories. I'm only teasing you.
See, don't create unnecessary stories about me, please.
Okay.
Comments, teasing, gossip, and jokes with sexual meaning are inappropriate at the workplace. Please be mindful of such conversations.
Okay, I understand.
Offensive language is not limited to direct abuse. It also includes double meaning jokes, sexual comments, gossips or rumors about colleagues, suggestive teasing, inappropriate memes, reels, forwards. Sometimes people only laugh to avoid awkwardness. That does not mean they are very comfortable. Professional humor should never target someone's dignity, reputation, or comfort. Now we'll move to next topic, which is about physical touch and personal space. Friendly or uncomfortable? Let's see with this act like how physical touch and personal space can create discomfort under POSH. So there is scene one where employees are having a conversation after their presentation is over. Let's see how a normal office workspace looks.
Hey, great presentation today. You handle clients so well. Good job.
But please don't touch me,
No. I didn't mean anything by it. I was only appreciating your work.
See, I understand, but I'm personally not comfortable with physical touch at a work, so please be mindful.
Okay, I will be mindful.
Did you see that? Sometimes people think small physical gestures are harmless. A pat on the shoulder, holding someone's hand, standing too close, having a conversation. But everyone has different personal boundaries. Something that feels friendly to one person may feel very uncomfortable to another. At work, consent and personal space should always be respected. Let's try to understand this more deeply with our scene 2, where a team is having a celebration. They are trying to click some pictures after some event. So let's see how this unfolds.
चलो, come on everyone, let's take a picture. सर आ जाओ, आप भी आ जाओ. चल दीपाली. चलना, अरे चलना.
No, yaar, please, I'm not comfortable. Please, you can.
Okay, sure.
You see that no means no. One very important thing under POSH is this. If someone shows discomfort, verbally or through body language, it should be respected immediately. Ignoring discomfort can make situation very inappropriate. Power dynamics also matter. Sometimes people may hesitate to object when a senior person crosses boundaries. This is why awareness and sensitivity are important for everyone, especially managers. A safe workplace is created when people respect boundaries, listen carefully, and adjust their behavior immediately. Today's role plays showed us something very important. Harassment is not always loud or obvious. Sometimes it appears at just asking, just joking, just being friendly. But if someone feels uncomfortable, unsafe, or pressured, the behavior must stop. Under POSH, respect boundaries, listen when someone says no, think before you speak, keep conversation professional, support colleagues who feel uncomfortable because policies alone cannot create a safe workplace. People do. And respect is everyone's responsibility. Respect is the foundation of every workplace. Whether it's a question, a joke, or a simple gesture, if something makes someone uncomfortable, it crosses the line. Intent may be harmless, but impact is what truly matters. And when we witness something inappropriate, choosing to speak up or support a colleague can make all the difference. Because a safe, inclusive, and respectful workplace isn't built by policies alone, it is built by the choices that we make. Before we wrap up, let's do a quick interactive quiz to test how well we can identify these gray areas and in real life workplace scenarios. Don't worry, it's not an exam. It is just to simply to reflect, learn, and reinforce what today's key takeaways from this all role plays and acts that the team performed. So let's see how POSH aware are we. And for this quiz, I would like to call Nisha to take this forward.
POSH aware are we, or how attentive are we? Anyway, before I proceed, anyone who knows our internal committee, who are the members of our internal committee? Of course, not the committee itself, but anybody else. Policy mein hai. Okay, all the members of IC committee. Anyone? No, all the committee members. Okay. So, I am presiding officer of IC committee. We have Sahil as committee member. We have Himadri as committee member. Krunali as committee member. Amruta as committee member. And our external member, who is an advocate, is Sahana. This is our internal committee. So, and Akash Sahu, I'm sorry, as internal committee member. Sorry. I'll move on to the quiz. I'll be giving a scenario and I'll be giving 2-3 options. You'll have to choose the right option. A colleague friendly compliments another employee's appearance during meetings, saying things like, "You always look distracting in these presentations." The colleague laughs it off as humor. What makes this problematic under POSH? A. Compliments are never allowed at work. B. The comment focuses on appearance in a professional setting and may create discomfort. C. It is only harassment if repeated in writing. D. It is acceptable if others laugh. Okay. The right option is B. The comment focuses on appearance in a professional setting and may create discomfort. Moving on to second scenario. An employee sends good night messages daily to a colleague after work hours. The colleague responds politely at first, but later stops replying. The messages continue. What is the key concern here? A. Messaging after work is always prohibited. B. The sender's intentions may be misunderstood. C. Continuing after non-response may indicate unwelcome behavior. And D. Emojis are inappropriate in a workplace chat. Okay. Last one. A manager says to a junior employee, "You should join me for a dinner tonight. I'll help your growth in the team." What POSH concept could this potentially fall under? A. Friendly mentoring. B. Quid pro quo. C. Casual networking. And D. Team bonding. Sure. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you for listening to us. Thank you.
I hope all of you enjoyed and hopefully got some sense of the nuances of the POSH policy, right? it's not something that we have much of an issue, but it's good to know that, because the line, the gray line as I call it, is invisible. You never know when you step into it. And unfortunately, it's specifically for all the male employees. The POSH law is very biased towards the women protection. As you know, a lot of things have happened in our country, so it's towards that. So it is important to know what is and what isn't appropriate from that perspective, right? At this point of time, I hope you will go back and at least have a look at the POSH policy, right? It's been there for last 2 years. You can see the committee member names. Some of the things that are allowed, there are some of the things that is open to everybody. You can find that out. And for those who have seen that, the information is also there on the board outside. It's a legal requirement to publish it in an open place, right? So something that you all should be very aware of. Lastly, I would like to thank Harshal, Dipali, and Himadri for taking part in this, and I'm sure you enjoyed their performance, right? So thank you so much for doing this. It was really helpful and very nice. Thank you, guys.